Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the middle of August of 2022, and not only are we getting closer to shows out there like Star Wars Andor, The Bad Batch, as well as Tales of the Jedi, but we're also getting ready for all the new announcements that are about to take place at D23 and Disney Plus Day. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe is that a lot of Star Wars fans are also getting very excited about what Favreau and Filoni have planned and in store for all of these new Star Wars TV shows that's about to be pretty much reviving Star Wars Legends and cherry-picking from the highlights of Legends from the 90s and the 2000s and finding ways to keep things as accurate as possible. And even Filoni and Favreau mentioned that what they want to do with all these new Star Wars shows is that they really want to keep it original while also bringing in a lot of the core story elements of Legends material to really further advance these core characters like Luke, Ahsoka, Ezra, and more. Now, on top of all of this, what's even all the more exciting has a lot to do with major changes that have been made behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm, all thanks to Favreau, Filoni, and yes, even Disney CEO Bob Chapek, for allowing Favreau and Filoni to do as they want. Now, we already know that everything related to the whole acolyte situation, we talked about this, I don't know if you guys have been informed, but basically, Kathleen Kennedy lost a lot of creative power from that series. She's only in control of 4 episodes now, and we have Favreau and Lucas pretty much in control of 5 episodes, pretty much guiding Leslie Headland exactly what to do and what not to do with those actual 5 episodes. So moving forward from all of this is where things really begin to pick up, is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm currently focused on their new Star Wars universe, with shows like The Mandalorian and Ahsoka in the works, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are getting ready to announce a host of new Star Wars shows by this fall. Now, it's described that currently one of the big developments by Disney CEO Bob Chapek is the restarting the concept of Rey Skywalker and bringing something new to the table for this character by giving her a new background that will be explained in upcoming Star Wars TV shows that is about to take place in a post-Episode 9 era. Now, this plan was initiated by both Favreau and Filoni to give Rey a connection to the Kenobi bloodline, officially in the canon with upcoming books and even a new TV series that will focus on the new Jedi Order, where Rey is set to make an appearance and cameo. Now, the big plan by Chapek with Jon and Dave is to essentially make Rey both a Palpatine and a Kenobi, while calling herself Rey Solana instead of Rey Skywalker. The overall plan that Disney is now going for is that Rey will be a descendant of one of Kenobi's relatives in the Star Wars franchise. Now, this is described to be Kenobi's brother that is also about to be made canon further. That, of course, this was the one thing that Favreau and Filoni were able to do in the Kenobi series, was by allowing Obi-Wan Kenobi to mention a brother of his, so that they can actually create some kind of creative pull on the character change of Rey Skywalker. So let me just stop right here for 1 second. Now, we talked about this, that Favreau and Filoni really had little to no involvement in the Kenobi series. The only thing that they were able to do is allowing Ewan McGregor to say that line of dialogue about him thinking that he had a brother. Now, they're making that canon further, alright? And the series, they kind of left it up in the air, but now they're really moving forward with really making this concrete, just as it was in Legends. I don't know if you guys knew, but in Star Wars Legends, Kenobi, yes, does have a brother officially, but we never really knew who he was, we never knew what he looked like, there was very little information on that. So it's almost like a similar situation right now, where it's very vague, you don't know much about the brother, it's more so that Kenobi just thinks he has a brother. But Kenobi is about to actually be pretty much more embedded in Rey's bloodline. That's what Favreau and Filoni are trying to do. So, moving forward from that, also, we already know that Favreau and Filoni have gotten these big promotions over the past year, give or take, but just recently, Favreau got another promotion about a month ago. We talked about this too, is that this allows him to actually make all creative calls on all projects, whether it's projects that he's working on or not working on, it doesn't really matter. regardless, he's going to have a lot of, you know, pretty much authority over everything Star Wars. He's almost acting like a Lucasfilm president without the title. So moving forward from that, alright, Favreau and Filoni are deciding on this approach since they think it's a little unbelievable that Kenobi would have had a child that would be Rey's mother. This is the current path that Favreau and Filoni are about to take by Rey, changing her name and also changing her background. Now, the reason they are going with Rey Solana is that it dates back to Trevorrow's original take on the character, as well as making it easier to call her something of her own as an original character with these big ties to Palpatine and Kenobi in the background. Now, actress Daisy Ridley has already been informed about becoming both a Kenobi and a Palpatine in the new canon, and that this is beginning to advance for Star Wars as a whole in 2023. Now, Daisy Ridley is already set to make a cameo in the new series that will include her as Rey Solana in 2025. Essentially, this is going to be a repurposing of the meaning of Episode 9's title, as the rise of Ben Solo, who is also a Skywalker, crawling out of the pit, instead of it just being about Rey calling herself a Skywalker. Kenobi's brother is about to be introduced in the canon in the next year, with a new book and comic that's eventually going to expand his legacy in live-action form through Rey's bloodline, in new Star Wars shows as well, and more. Now, Favreau and Filoni always wanted to explore more of Kenobi's family, and that's what they are about to do with this new approach for the entire fandom. At no surprise, Kennedy is not liking this big change that also impacts Episode 9's title, so to speak. Now, before I get to the next thing here, I do have to mention one thing about all of this, is that yes, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, about how this was in the planning stages. Now it's actually being made concrete into the current canon. They're moving along forward, they've made a decision, they want to expand Kenobi's family, his brother, to be specific, to be the source of Rey's connection to that Kenobi bloodline. Now, I can see how some fans are not going to like this. I can see how some fans are going to view this as very strange and odd, because we don't know who Kenobi's brother is. We don't even know a name. We don't know what he looks like. So I guess you could say maybe the excitement won't really be there as much, but that's their plan. They want to introduce this character in the canon first, next year through a book and through a comic, and then eventually kind of just really focusing on the lore of Kenobi's family before they make that pretty much public to all the fans about Rey becoming both a Kenobi and a Palpatine in the background. Now, you guys may have read the latest book, alright, that actually goes over Rey's backstory, and in there we learn that Rey's mother's name is actually Miramur, alright, and basically they're going to extend that to making her Miramur Kenobi most likely, or Miramur Solana Kenobi, who knows, but Rey is going to have that last name title, alright? Solana. The reason being is to make it very simple. It's not like they're going to go out and call her Rey Palpatine Kenobi or Rey Kenobi Palpatine. I mean, that would just be ridiculous. So they're calling her Rey Solana. It cleans things up. It actually rolls off the tongue. It actually sounds pretty cool. It's what they should have done in Episode 9, to tell you the truth. It's what Colin Trevorrow wanted to do in Duel of the Fates, the original title of Episode 9, before JJ took over. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.